Hi, welcome to the Game Changers. So today there has been a big gap down because of the US tariffs that had happened. The first thing I want to tell everybody is don't panic, right? Because what happens in a situation like this is that people tend to become very nervous and everything seems to be lost, right? Just don't panic, just think a bit practically, and the next 3, 4, 5 years will be very great for the Indian markets, right? Okay, so now we'll have a look at, I'm doing this video at around 11:59 because I have to head out for some work. So we'll have a look at what are the potential setups that have formed, right? I don't want to give any suggestions or anything like that. This is just what setups have formed today, potentially, what we can expect for tomorrow depending on how the day closes, right? And a little bit of a positional view as to what the market is doing. Okay? So first we'll go ahead with what setup is happening today. So when I look at Bank Nifty is clearly gap down here, right? And it has made a 3-minute nice pivot here. If one wants to trade short, I would generally avoid. If one wants to, this is a valid setup with this stop loss. And this stop loss has to be clear. And if one wants to do it, ideally, one should do it with half risk because the market has already fallen significantly. One should not be very aggressive, right? It should be done with half risk. On the long side, I would avoid currently because Bank Nifty is weaker throughout the day while Nifty is going flat and the small caps have actually recovered quite a bit. So Bank Nifty is quite weak, so I would avoid going long. Now, what are the potential scenarios that we can expect for tomorrow? Now, imagine if Bank Nifty closes here. It will be a little bit foolish for me to be aggressively short again. Matlab kya ki if that's, imagine the day's low is here somewhere and the day's high remains like this. Now, this is a very big candle. Very big day. So I would avoid trading in this situation. I would just want the market to settle upon. The only trade that I would look for, if there has to be a follow-through day, that means then again a trending move first half has to happen, a 3-minute pivot and then a breakdown. This should happen on a 3-minute chart. We are looking at a hourly chart, but this should happen on 3 minutes, right? Something like, suppose this is the day's low, it has to break very convincingly. So it has to break the low very convincingly. After that, needs to make a 3-minute pivot and then break. This is a valid setup. But I would do it with half risks because this is all news related. In a weird situation, if there is a sudden gap up or a failure of the day's low, then after that gap up, we can wait for a 3-minute pivot and then do a breakout. This is a valid setup. Ye bhi valid setup. So these two setups are valid, but the main topic is what to do with the market position. Now, on a daily time frame, Bank Nifty, as you can see, is in the middle of nowhere. The Bollinger Band boundary are here and here, so it's in the middle of nowhere, right? So shorting positionally doesn't make sense here. Now, what about Nifty? Nifty is already gapped down significantly below. So if Nifty consolidates for a few days here and then falls, that would be fine. But currently there is no risk reward. You can't put a stop anywhere. On a weekly chart, this is a pattern called divergence which is happening, where price is doing lower lows and the oscillator is potentially doing higher lows. So there is some kind of divergence. But ये divergence का मतलब bottom नहीं है कि यहाँ पे buy नहीं करना है. The divergence is valid only above this point. We had talked in the weekend video that Nifty is clearly in a downtrend, right? It might break this low. But actual buy point on Nifty was somewhere here. Now this point has been shifted to here. This previous pivot. This is a crucial point. So what can be done is, we have to not get very fearful here. Yes, it can fall. It looks really bad. But we will get our setup, we will get our trade. There's nothing to worry. Right? And if now let's think about a really bad scenario in the market where the market just falls. हो सकता है ना? We are not analysts, we are traders. So if this happens, we are going to get ample time to take our positional short and carry it. So we've talked about multiple scenarios today where we've talked about what could happen during the day and positionally what the market looks like. Now I know it's very fearful times currently, but this is the time that you go and have a look at my multi-bagger video, right? थोड़े से dip आए रहेंगे, right? In the all-time high stocks जो बात की है, आपको क्या करना है कि आपको अभी देखना है जब मार्केट खराब चल रहा है कि कौन से वो स्टॉक्स जो आपने शॉर्टलिस्ट किए थे कौन से पहले ब्रेकआउट कर रहे हैं. अगर वो पहले ब्रेकआउट कर रहे हैं, आप मार्केट की फिक्र मत करो, आप फोकस ऑन द स्टॉक्स, बिकॉज द स्टॉक्स, द लीडर्स ऑफ द नेक्स्ट साइकिल बॉटम मच बिफोर द मार्केट बॉटम्स मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स. ठीक है, रिमेंबर दिस एंड चलो, I'll see you tomorrow.